All right, we are back Friday, another video. It is October 16th. Rainy day where I am. I'm in the Northeast, Philadelphia. Pretty lousy day. The market though, some good runners again. We continue with some pretty good runners. The market overall still going up. Today was a pretty good day. We'll get to that in a minute. And let's start off with the top gainers today, because small caps have been leading. They've been leading the last, where are we at now? Pretty much since October. We switched to small caps, and they are, leading the way. As soon as you get into September, late September, small caps will lead into pretty much all the way to April. They'll be the biggest gainers. Unless you have market volatility, you'll have days where, the bearish ETFs and the long ETFs, the bullish ETFs will move, and you have your VIX and stuff like that to keep watch on. But let's take a look at the top movers today. Hertz is up. This is right now we're at 3:40 p.m. So the market's still going. Hertz is up 144% on good news. This is a trash company now. They're pretty much bankrupt. It's trading at $2 and something. So Hertz gets 1.65 billion bankruptcy loan from Apollo. That's huge. 1.6 billion. Debtor financing, bankrupt car rental firm, secures, financing. This was at 8:44 a.m. Earliest I seen. And this first little candle came out today, 6:40 a.m., 6,000. So someone knew something probably. Because look at this. You don't see a candle really jump like that. And then right here at 7 a.m. So there's probably news out before that. And if you have scanners, you can see this. You're seeing the top movers. Now this has a huge float, like 155 million. It doesn't matter. If you have momentum, float can be huge. It won't matter. These stocks will move. So, once you see this, this is how you play these small caps, even though this is a bigger float pre-market. This right here, this candle, this 5-minute candle is 560,000. As soon as you see this, there's your 13 and 20 EMA. They're separating. 7 a.m. I don't know that many people trade before 7. 7's a pretty good time after that. And then you see this move right to 150. So a little pullback here. These are quarter lines, and then 150 right here. So, this is moving sideways. I'm not sure if this is a fake out candle or not. I have to check my brokerage, because TC2000 and Trade Ideas, they'll put in these misprints. They're showing it there too. But either way, even if this did come down as hammer candle, look where it came. All right, touch the 13 right at the 20 EMA. Whenever you're 13 smoothly going above your 20, it's all bullish. This is bullish this whole way up. Now, you don't know this at the time. You're at 8, but you can see it separating. And then once you see this pull all the way back and come back up, you're in for a pretty bullish move here. And that's what it did. Shooting star wick, that's your sell candle, and then it faded. Now, see, this is bearish. When you see this starting to bend, okay, even if you're waiting here and you're not out yet, you see this come down, it crosses over it and goes way down to 175. So this crossed, it bent. This was like a straight up move almost. Beautiful 13 above 20. Now this didn't. Now this did pull back, bounce support 175, and we took off to 275. So then on the 10-minute, you got to notice these things. This is shooting star. This is a sort of looks like a cross top of a pattern. And then what do you have here? This is a hammer candle. Hammered at the bottom, they came up. This chart's very easy to read. Some are easier than others. There's no like strange wicks like the really small caps. You'll see like major rips up and down. So this is here, and then we pulled off. So it was a good long pretty much all day. Now going back to the 5-minute. You can see this right here. Now, if you're getting in here 150, where's your support? Where are you playing it? Everyone has a different view. I don't know, play 10 cents, 20 cents. On this, I'd probably play it maybe to this line or this wick here. This is a huge wick. This is 560,000. This is 1.1 million. So you can play pretty much to 128, probably just 125, because it comes right here and comes back up. Because you have the support here at 20. So get here, sideways, hammer candle. That's why they'll bring it back some. Even if I put in a little half, like 140 line, you can see this. So, 150 line came back. That's why it depends on size too. If you're using bigger size, whatever your stop point is, it might be 200, it might be 500, maybe 1,000. When you see this and it comes back, you got to expect a lot of stocks to come back from like line to line. So don't get stopped out on line to line. So just use smaller size. On momentum, these are going to move in the morning. If this has news and this has been buried for a while and a lot of traders are looking at the same thing, they're going to jump in the same thing and it's going to move, especially pre-market. So this took off. This is very clean. Now, once this was at 1, and then this gets all the way up to 286, almost 3. You can very careful here to jump in at the high right at the open, because it's ran from here to here. Now, if you go line to line, each line on, if this stock opened at 1 and we get to 2, be very careful. That's a double. You're doubling from 1 to 2. So each step you get further away from that bottom, you got to be more and more careful. So this was 150, 175, 225, then we went all the way back down. So this looking here, this little pullback, this move. I don't even use VWAP because a lot of people do, but 1320 is the thing for me. It doesn't even matter VWAP because I just use them as crossovers. Once they cross over or, just showing signs, you can use it that way. So once you hear news on this and, where do you jump in? That's the point. Yeah, you can bring these lines smaller. Like I said, you can, make it half on this. It'd be about what, 137-ish. And here and here. Now, buying the breakout or buying the dip. Well, when I see these wicks trying to go up, I like when the wicks are trying to go through. That tells me they're trying to push it through. So that's a better sign for a long. At least the breakout long, high a day. I don't usually like to buy high a day. I like dips, like this dip. And it came back. This is a strong pullback. You can draw your line this way. And see, once it's over this, it's crawling out, crawling out. Or you can wait a little longer, and this gets to that like 2 line. Then you have support here, look, 1320. Or if you want to take it out further to the 10-minute, this pulls back. And look at the support here to 1320. Each time, look how it touches. 13, maybe even the 20 here. So it's showing a lot there on the 10-minute. And the 10-minute on this is even nicer too. See this? And then you have the hammer back down. Now, if you're in here and you see this 150, it's like, oh, we're going through. You gotta give it time because look at the line here. When you see this, and this little subtle things you can notice. It wasn't like even a move like down like this. See this little bend? It was straight through here. This is just trying to stop people out. On wick candles, they'll try to stop you out. So just notice these little things. I've been noticing this for years watching this now. So this is Hertz. This is a great move. This had legitimate news, even though the company's terrible right now. So just watch things like that. And this is a great long. Use your 5, 10-minute, even at 15. Let me see the 15 here. Got up, hammering, hammering. 15 was pretty good too. You can see this right here spinning, and that was nice. So once again, pre-market news, very strong. MSN, Emerson Radio, this is coming on strong right at 85 cents. Now this is another, this is very clean to see. You have 90 cents. There's high a day and it breaks above it. You probably buy this dip here because you have 1320 EMA right there. That's your support. And it takes off. So this would have been a nice trade if you catch it. KXIN was more of momentum. Remember the stock moved. This is just coming out right here at 950. 1, 2, 3. Like, then there's a halt. And this is the 5-minute though, then shooting star wick. So you can see this is pure momentum. Let me see if there's news here. No, I didn't see news. Nothing on FinBiz. So now you see this here, there's not really pre-market, back and forth. That's a big candle here. This is 338,000. Now to play one candle is tough. You can play, the next line up. You can play that 175 candle. You can maybe wait for something to come back. Did a 150 line. It's tough. It's in between. It depends. See, this is closer to this line than this line, but they could put in a wick back like this. See this? You don't know. You can't be stopped out on that either. So if this comes back on pure momentum, you don't want to get stopped out here. That's why I try to use lower size too. Because this did this on this too, and probably would have stopped out a lot of people. So anyway, here to here, and then it keeps going and shooting star wick. Very fast move and fade it. So let me see in the 10-minute. 10-minute here. You could have played that next line. Like, you don't know for sure of anything, but you're playing percentages. You're playing how you see the candle. So you see this candle? It's a very clean candle. And all these were pretty clean except for that. SGBX. See, now this one's a typical move for market, but it moved early. This moved, well, 705 is not too early, but the big candle was a straight up candle here, very early. And then very early in the move, I want to say, actually. And then it came up, like a head and shoulders, and then it faded. So the move didn't come like this. See this? Like the other two, like Hertz, or even KXIN during the, right before the open, moved here, like this, and then moved up, or moved straight up. This moved straight up pre-market, early pre-market. And then it's a typical slide. I call it the slide. And it slid all the way down. And there you go. So I have a few plays I call this a slide. This is the early morning slide. This wasn't too early, like usually 4 or 5 a.m. This was 7, but still made the slide. And I have the pyramid play where it'll come up like this. Momentum play. CCNC, like this is even harder to get in if you get in. This is crazy. It's not much volume, just straight up and down. OBLG, this wasn't bad. Started to move at 10 and then moved up near 1, really exploded with volume, and they faded it. CIT. See, this is one where it started lower on the chart. 6:05 a.m. pretty early. And the volume wasn't great here. That's the problem. You've seen like 50,000 and 7. Very tough to get in here. I wouldn't probably get in pre-market on that. It's not enough volume. Then you see 24 right here. This 24 line. Now, I would have noticed too, this 13 EMA, see this 13 above the 20, this whole way. And the whole move you can see now, but look at this. It's so smooth here. You didn't even get a bend or like a sideways down move till 1 p.m. So right here, the 24 line, great support. Probably could even play the 23.75 line. And then you play next line up too. RWLK. This is another one, fade down, total fade. ALDX. Now here's the move here. And your next line, 750 line right here. Took off very fast. Now these moves aren't long, some of them are like half hour, hour. JMIA, they talked about this on Fast Money, halftime. I wanted to get in long on this wedge, and I never did, around 8. Yeah, this would have been a double. This could have been like 5,000-10,000. First Citizens to merge with CIT. That's why SIT was up. But see this move here? These are all patterns. Once you know these patterns, it's not that hard. It's just a matter of, is it going to work perfectly or not? So to move down right here, and look at this, 8, 8, it held pretty much 765. And that's what you want on a wedge down after a huge run up. And then look at it, came back. This is Jumaya Technologies. I think they do clothing, South Africa, online, I believe. And this took off. Look at this. Look at the volume. It's a great long from about 8. Once you see it sideways, that's a great sign. It's going sideways, it's consolidating sideways, and explodes up. I should have gotten in here at 8. Should have did a swing. See, sometimes if you want to day trade, a swing, I don't have, a huge account. I can do both. It's like SIT money, hundreds of thousands to sit there. But 8 here, and then, 8, you got a double. 8 and 7, it's at 15, 15 and a half. See, even if I did 5 grand, 7 or 8, yeah, it's 4,500 with 5 grand. That's nothing. 10,000 divided by 8. That's 9,000. 10,000. Now you don't know it's going to move like this. I thought here it was going to pull back. That's a very bearish. It looks like a low cross maybe, and it didn't do nothing. Next day, it just took off. So you never know. You never know for sure what it's going to do. But once it's above this 1329, you probably could have gave it more room to come back at least. So again, on this, it's played out very well. Right here, you get in. Your stop probably would have been 7, or maybe a little higher if you want. And then, it takes off. So this is a double. And a double with not a lot of money, and you're killing it. So pretty aggravated at that one. And you can see even today a day trade right here, 1350. Your high day right there, 1359. Here's your move here, 1350. And it comes all the way back this hammer. See, they pushed it back up. That's why I like these candles. They will fake you out. This gets 1350 and 1375. Another hammer. 14. So this is playing line to line pretty tough because they're shaking out a lot of people. The 10-minute. 10-minute here is like 1360. Then you have 1350. And it pulled all the way back up. And then you have 1350 line. Just looking at this lines here. See this 13 is above your 20. It pulled right back up. You know, 1325 line and 1350 line. So in this one again, see this? The full body is 1361, right pretty much in the middle of these two lines. So we're going to play the breakout line or this line or go back to that line. Now, it's pretty tough going all the way back to that line. So I probably would have paid the 1350 line. Let's see something here. So 1350. Yeah, that's why too, the size, thing size. You'll be stopped out on moves like this. See this going down? And then back up. You got to use less size because then even if it hits your line and you're using less size, you have that room. If you're using like your normal size and you hit that, you're already down big, then you're just screwed. And look, it takes off. That's the problem. And this took off, and it was a great long. All right, Lazy, L-A-Z-Y, Lazy Date Holdings. Yeah, this is a pretty classic channel or wedge down that breaks out of it, takes off, support, and makes over a $2 gain. Very nice, very nice. Sold. This filled the gap. This is a good move here. Big gap. It goes all the way up to 250. So this was a gap filler. Right here, that 230 line, 250. There's Ford. This is another pumper. See this? Look at these lines. Or these wicks. It's total manipulation. FAMI. And the lows keep getting higher here. It keeps spiking. Trying to draw a line here. What would the line be here? I guess you could draw a line this way. See this? And then each time it keeps bouncing back down. Look here, back down, here, back down. And it keeps like going within. The low keeps getting higher. So, this could have a bigger explosion. Craig. ADTX exploded up. Elk. Flex. Fubu. Team. Team's another wedge here. See this? We're right over this trend line. We draw a trend line right here. Tries to bounce, and gets over. See this? Like, okay, it's going to come back down again. Just right through it. This is a big candle. And this is big volume here. 62,000 on this chart. And then it takes off. Now, anytime something breaks, you don't know. It could do this and come back down. And this happened to work well. CBIO, BIPS, AMC, CRSP, CRISPR Therapeutics took off pure long momentum there. All right, so the markets, is it over? Are we done for the day? 112, Dow Jones finished up, it really faded. S&P faded 2.94, Nasdaq 4231 is minus 4231. Small caps minus 506. The VIX, see, the VIX didn't move much again, 2691. It was down 0.22%. It's just very uncertain, everything. Gold 1903, silver 2426, crude 4075. So there you have it. Take a look at the SPY. Yeah, SPY dumped late. There must have been news here. That's a big volume too. And that's not a good candle there. That is a reverse, well, cross, you could call it. Yeah, it's like a bottom cross. Reverse hammer, maybe. So, like I said, remember this too. Your 20, or not your 20, your stochastics line, the white is bullish, so the red's above it. We haven't crossed, so until we get that cross, it's not really working right now. On the 4 hour, probably has to run the gamut back down to under 20. Doesn't have to, but we'll see on that. So there you have it on that. What are we going to do next week? Who knows? I mean, you have your support now. If this starts to break below this candle, 13 May, then we'll go lower. So look for that. Just keep it, simple. And there's the Nasdaq too. This fell here a little bit, and that's crossing a little bit down. DJI. This is a reverse hammer. See, it went all the way up, but pushed that back down, and it's crossing a little bit there. VIX. Like I said, this is still in this range, 29, 25, maybe even, you can call it here like 24. So these wicks, 30, still back and forth. Hit explosion September, October. If you draw a line here, see on stochastics, it's like a rolling high to low. See this? High, lower, lower. Now, what it tells me is this might come back again next week, and then towards the end of the month, this really explodes up with volatility. Possible there. That's what it looks like. Let's see if that happens. UBXY. Yeah, this is a weird too. This is very weird. This broke out of this wedge, but sideways now. Wonder if we'll get an explosion up in this too. See this? This is a rolling too. Here, here to high. It's getting lower, lower. This might bounce up here. So, yeah, that's on that. So the leaderboard was all pennies. You know, Hertz, KXIN, like $2, 1, 2, 4. Got a 24 in there. 1, 1, 4, 8, 3, 2, 1, 4. You know, later down the list, you had some 10s, 20s, 14. So, you know, penny stocks is leaning away. All right, Estelle. Now, what are we doing with this? These ETFs, are they gonna like bounce up pretty good here, like September? You know, we're oversold here. Are they looking for a bounce up? Possibly. This came all the way back. That 16 is important here from September. So that's your stop level. SPXS. Now this is even more bullish. See this? This nice little stochastics line. QQQ. Qs, this is really coming up pretty strong for that. So it's looking more bullish. SRTY. Yeah, this is so strange. This these small caps. This is like short small caps. Russell 2000. I had this candle. You're like, okay, we're gonna break up. Huge bearish candle, but it didn't go down far, and it looked like it's holding a 650 line. TZA. Same thing. This is very buried. This is at 9 still, so this could really move up strong if we get some bearish news. FAS. Yeah, move up, move back down. I'm trying to get higher low here. See this? That candle. FAS. Socks. This is just below your 30 line. 29.64 touch, trying to come back up. LABD went up, cross. It's like a reversal. This might try to bounce. Dust. Like I said, this is a total channel now. You know, low to high. Oversold, trying to bounce back up again. SCO. Not doing much here. Pretty flat. This is a short crude. ERY. Yeah, this is near oversold and sort of sideways flat, trying to come back up. And this has been very strong since August. Bearish energy. TECS, technology bears. Yeah, this is out, and yeah, still has room to the upside on that. On the other side, UDAL. Yeah, made this move up, came back down, bounced pretty strong today, but let's get faded a little bit towards the end of the day. SPXL. You know, here, came back strong in that hollow red candle, but couldn't really hold today. Didn't really, and really came right here. You know, we're holding. It's a nice bounce all the way from pre-market. Then 59. This really took off late. Look at the bearish volume there. Really gets smoked. So there must have been news late. Let me see here. Selling off expiring options, maybe options. Monthly calls getting slashed. All right, so you see that. TQQQ. Yeah, you can see here, this tried to break out, came back. Now, big bearish candle today, and this is looking very bearish. See this? Your red's over your white, so it's extremely bearish when you have that. TNA. This has been on a tear, small cap bulls, you know, your wedge up. Very bearish, look like, oh, we're going down. Then yesterday, this really came all the way back. Touch your 13 EMA, bounced up hard. And now we are sort of like chopping sideways. You know, this is very high up here. Small caps look very strong, or the Russell, I mean, like the other indices. Here's FAS, financial bulls. Trying to go back up here. So a lot of mixed signals. Soxel. Said you run from 211 to 320. And it's sort of coming back down now. And this puts in major runs on semiconductors. Look at this, all the way to 300. Yeah, a few moves here, you know, back and forth, of course, but this was the big move, September. Now we came back again. Now, where are we going again? Are we going to come back all the way to here? Let me just change this to change this up. Change this reverse. So from here to, I guess it'll be that wick right there. So you can see the retracement levels. This is all the way back. Yeah, these are very high up. These are very overbought. And it's trying to come back. Yeah, we'll see how big a move this is. You know, we had the election coming. I think we're going to have a pretty strong pullback still. I say maybe end of this month or something. We'll see. It could flush back down again. Still a lot of uncertainty. Not saying that necessarily a crash or a strong pullback is possible, though. You get, you know, gold's been in this trend down now. It's like it's flagging, but back and forth, back and forth. It's just putting in, the highs are getting lower and the lows are getting lower. So that's where that stands. DFEN. This is your aerospace defense bulls. You know, this was at 75, the stock. And right now, this has been buried for so long, since March. It had one run up. This is the only stock that's not moving. I still don't understand why. Like, at least slowly come up. It's just stuck here. So, you know, the basic level on this is, it's got to about 15. If it gets over 15, it eventually will break up. DIN. Trying to turn up again. Nail. Nail's been on a run since April, March, so it's back and forth, back and forth. And yeah, put in a bearish wick today. It's very high up here, so you can draw a line here. If it crosses down through this, you can see right there, it will probably have a strong pullback on Nail. All right, so yeah, that's the market. We'll see what happens next week. It's very shaky right now. It's very, didn't break out today. It didn't hold its gains, which wasn't a good sign. You know, the VIX is still up. The VIX is still 27.88. It hasn't moved below 25 or 20, so that tells you something. Top still on this trend up. That is stochastics. We moved down to 20, moved up to 21. And now we're just playing back and forth, back and forth. It hasn't shown a breakout yet. W said to break out the wedge. You know, it looks like it's holding 15. WVE, this is a wave sign, still has the big gap here. Yeah, your support at 8, it's pretty much sideways now. Probably needs news, something good. OSDK, and it's very bearish candle today, so this is breaking down. And we'll see where this comes to, maybe a 70. Here's your stochastics level. D now, and this is very bullish. Oil was pretty much flat. So look at this wedge down, and you move up, and you're sideways, and this really held. This crossed over, and then it recrossed now, so that's extremely bullish. Look at the volume here. So that tells me this is getting more and more bullish. I thought it would actually come back down. Looks like support now. So that's one to watch. CNK, there's still the wedge here. We're getting a sign. This is so flat. There's no sign in stochastic, so nothing moving there. PRFS. Yeah, this is a Latin play. Pretty 10-cent moves back and forth. It is showing strong stochastics movement, though. PDD. This is out of the wedge right here. 72.86. Pull back. Coming back up. This is showing strong strength there. PRTY. Trying to draw a line here. So this came out of the wedge sideways right here. Looked like it was going to break on the 12th. And then 4 straight down days. And 250, where's this holding right now? It's going below. It's really faded late. So that's not good here. You want this trend line to hold. You want 250 to hold. It's not. We could get a bounce next week. This could do one of these. See this? And then come back up and have divergence. So this is going to hold here. I want it to curl. That's possible. Here's AMC. This is really has a big gap here now. If there's news on this. Let's see. Moody's downgrades, blah, blah, blah. Jump today. Yeah, let's see no great news. But there always is news. It's not dead yet. Even if it has bankruptcy filings, there'll be bounces. So we got to be careful, though. What else we got here? Highland Holdings. I think they have to do with electric vehicle space. So they said the trend line, came out of this wedge right here. And then today was bearish, so you want to see it start to move. Didn't move yet, so it's just holding the list right now. Not doing much. All right, some other plays. Talk about AMC. LCA. This is oversold too. Sort of held this, sort of like slanting down. I might break up. BZQ. This is short Brazil. Doesn't get much volume. ESPR is trying to break up. MRK. Now this wedge. And now I made this wedge wider because you're touching a lot of points here still, so it's not truly out of it yet. Groupon, yeah, this is holding this 20 level. You know, each break, see, this was 10, this was 15, this was 20. That's why it makes sense that 20 would hold here, the way this is running. Pushed it down, it keeps holding this 20. Yeah, sideways, I like that. What's the 4 hour? 4 hour. There's your 2, there's your hour. So we'll watch that one too. That still has good potential. BTU, this is really a penny stock land. Very flat. Look at this. Total right candles. Is this going to find support and break up? Yeah, it's possible. Watch that. Yeah, DraftKings, like I said, this is still going down. And probably to 44. Yeah, maybe this 40 line too. It's at a 195. Stochastics at a 195. I've never seen stochastics that low. There's your 4 hour. There's your 2. So this is going to be a good buy too. This, I mean, this is very oversold. They're pulling back, I think, on this because they want to get back in. This has value to get back in. So just where does it matter if this can stop? Yeah, let's wait for a bullish sign. But that's looking very oversold. AYI doing nothing here. That's another one extremely oversold. This one too, CO, GO, CO, UPR. RAD's a slow mover. I don't like how this moves. It's not moving well. There's Run. This Run tried to get out of it today. It's a bearish candle though. GNMK. So you can see them. There's a few potentials next week because they're getting very oversold. So oil, some oil, Oxy. It's going flat sideways. APA. It's not doing much. Casinos win. This is back and forth. I think there was, might have been downgraded. LBS. Doing airlines, HA. Bullish candle day. ALK. Love. Then you have the cruise liners. Now here's your move on this, down to up. This is the daily. This is very oversold again. You get shots on these. So right here, you know, 1, even though this didn't go up all the way, 1, 2, 3 moves, you know, 4, small move, 5, and then 5 turned into a bigger move, 5, 6 you could call it, partial, and then right here another one. So anytime this has been this low, it's going to buy. You can see here, you know, double bottom, moved up slowly, slowly. Trend line here. You know, what's this going to do? Is this going to break back up? Or are we going to falter lower? There's your 4 hour. So to watch that next week too. SCLH. NCLH. This is still going back down. RCL. Big run up, back down. Let's look at trend line. This is very oversold. I like this gap here. This is good potential. 4 hour. This needs to just flatten out. See, the 2 is flattening. Get the move. We'll see there. CCL. Same thing here. So they have potential to get another bounce. So I'd watch that. All right, so it'll be interesting next week to see how things turn out on the SPY. We had this wedge coming out of the wedge. We're crossing down. That's a cross down. That's why these didn't hold these moves. It's still negative. It's very bearish. 4 hours still going down. Once you're below 50, over under 50, remember 50 bounce, 50 below, up, down. We're below it now. So, if we get below 20 here, since March, you had, close, each time's been close in these runs. We had it, May, April, bottom of May. We've had it June, July, end of July, close, September. Now really went down for a while. And now we're going to cross back down. Now, if this is a bigger move, you can see here, that's a trend line out. If we really come back, 330 maybe, we really have a strong get oversold here in the 4 hour. We'll see how that plays out. See here, there's a 50-day. This is rising up. That's 100. So that's why this will rise probably to 330. Could be 330. These are weekly close. That was bearish. 4 hour. Still going. There's your 2 hour. And your 1 hour crossing down. There's 30 minutes. So your 30's gone all the way. There's nothing there. You have 344. That's a 150 day. 342 is your 200 on an hour. On an hour, you have your 100. And then right here, your 338 is your 50, or your 100 and 150 day. There's your 2 hour. You can see here the moving averages. So it looks like overall we're still down. I wouldn't call we're breaking back up yet. It still has to prove, get above this. So we'll see how that turns out. Let's see, let me move my face. Move my face. Some former runners, MDRR. See this back and forth. Once these run after one, even a few days, they fade. Then they'll come back up eventually again, like months. Their staff come back down. These are all junk. And NDM, REPL, HBP, MDGS. This is coming back. You can see, look at the volume, then look at the volume when it's going back down. Total pumps. You can see that. All right, so that's it for today. Small caps moving again pre-market. Pick your spots, then they're fading. And of course, there'll be runners throughout the day. Like, they'll run all day or run a good majority of the day. Just depends on what stock you just got to look at. And the market's very up and down right now. It looks leaning down, and it's very tough to get swings when the market is not in a direction. I mean, if it's going down, it's going to be even tougher to swing, unless on specific stocks, like JMIA. That stock was it doesn't even matter with the market. Sometimes it doesn't matter. But you want specific setups. Now, if the market's going up, continue to go up after the pullback. See, like right here, when this came back down, all these stocks, pretty much follow the market. That was a great time to get in. Then this took off, and there's your move. That's why you see moves like PDD, See, they did the same thing as the market pretty much, and then it bounced. So a lot of them did that. And we'll just have to wait and see here how this turns out now. There's your bearish TZA Russell. See this move? August, September, October. This moved up. Your wedge, now it's coming out of the wedge. Now what's it going to do? Are we going to break back up further? I think we are. There's your 4-hour divergence. Looks like we have divergence developing. Came out, found support. We'll try to go break that 14 next week, and we'll see if it happens. So that is it. All right, we're back. My computer was frozen. Please subscribe and like the channel, and have a good weekend, and we will be back for more next week. Peace.